Hi, I'm Ben and you're watching Batarang to the Butt, and in this video I'm going to briefly talk about the Superman curse. This story is a story of death, destruction and destitution. One of the stories even involves suicide, so there's a bit of a trigger warning there, just in case. The curse refers to a series of supposedly related misfortunes that have plagued creative people involved in adaptations of the DC Comics character Superman. It arguably began with Superman's co-creators Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, who were not only unfairly compensated in royalties for the invention of the character, but Shuster's career fizzled out shortly afterwards as well. By the 1950s, the artist's deteriorating eyesight had forced him out of comic books entirely, and by the end of his life, he had lost most of his eyesight. TV's first Superman, Kirk Alyn, found brief success playing the character, but was irreversibly typecast afterwards. He failed to find substantial work ever again. Alyn's misfortune is far from the worst outcome, but I wanted to show the variety of ways in which the supposed curse has affected people. It only gets darker from this point on. TV's second Superman, George Reeves, is a sad one. The actor took on the role in 1951 and continued to play the superhero on screen and stage until his suspicious death in 1959. Reeves was found dead from a gunshot wound days before he was due to get married. It was pronounced as a suicide, which was considered as a result of his struggles with his mental health and his struggle to get work outside of being Superman. But it is also worth noting that his fingerprints were never found on the gun. Like I said, suspicious. And Reeves was only 45 at the time. Eventually, Superman got his first big screen outing, starring the wonderful Christopher Reeve. No relation to George, by the way. It's George Reeves and Christopher Reeve, see? Anyway, after 4 Superman films, Reeve was in a freak horse riding accident that left him severely paralysed. Reeve also then died pretty young. He was only 52 years old when he died in 2004. Even Lee Quigley, the actor that played the infant Clark Kent in the original movie, died at only 14 years old from solvent abuse. There are more examples, but I'm going to stop there. It's honestly all a bit too dark. Thankfully, most modern day actors haven't been afflicted by the alleged curse. Now, to clarify, I don't believe in it. I think it's just an awful coincidence mixed with an urban myth. But I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. But now, let me bring things back to the Superman co-creator Jerry Siegel. This newly unearthed 1951 letter from him, mailed with mysterious white powder, actually kind of invokes the curse. I previously mentioned Siegel's financial issues. Well, he was not happy with the owners of National Comics Publications, which would later become DC Comics. He wrote, "May you become subject to all of the horrible maladies that beset mankind. Disease, fire, flood, gas, tragedy, self-destruction, ropes, and sharp and heavy instruments. May God crash doom down on the bones and flesh and blood of you and yours." I'm not going to read the whole thing, so pause the video here if you do want to read it. Another comic creator, Mark Waid, has previously said that in the long saga between National Comics Publications and the Siegel family, there were unfortunately no good guys. The letter concludes with, "Rotten profiteers make millions while Superman's creator is poverty-struck." Pretty intense stuff, right? But at least that doesn't happen these days. No, wait. There are literal charities dedicated to helping comic creators when comic companies would rather profit off of their work than look after and compensate the original creators. Look up the Hero Initiative to learn more about that, and check the comments section to discover what the mysterious white powder was. Oh, and while I'm here and we're talking about Superman, you should watch My Adventures with Superman. It's great. It's really lovely. It's really wholesome. Oh, and like this video, like the Facebook page, all that good stuff. That would be absolutely super, man.